a season ago, but they return the sixth-year senior Xavier Johnson. This is his first game since December of last year, and he controls the basketball. Indiana in the home whites, Florida Gulf Coast in the road blues.
Even for he and Trey Galloway, two guys that their roles were pretty well carved out last season. Now, certainly Johnson lost to injury, but they're now in a leadership role, and they're going to have to lead with their voice, lead by example, and be guys that bring it every day.
Especially tonight, the Florida Gulf Coast playing without their starting point guard, Isaiah Thompson. Second-year Purdue transfer, nursing an injury.
That's a big loss because Isaiah Thompson played in almost 100 games at Purdue, a preseason all-conference selection, and certainly the guy.
But they started really well. And the Hoosiers have started well as Trey Galloway puts it in off the window, which Pat Chambers was a little bit surprised about, given the fact that they have one all-conference player on the preseason list. There is Malik Reneau, who figures to be a vital piece to Indiana this year.
He's gotten himself in great shape, and that's that little rub action that Indiana loves to run. Now, there's Xavier Johnson heating the ball up.
Wow, with the rejection. And the Oregon transfer making his presence felt on opening night.
There's the rim protection and presence that Kel'el Ware brings. I mean, with that wingspan at 7'2", a big-time shot blocker.
You got to watch out for number 55 tonight, Chase Johnston. He can heat up from downtown.
He really shoot it. This is going to be the end of the floor where he's really got to work, and that's the case for a lot of guys that come out of high school that's highly touted. That's just a big-time shot.
Trey Galloway gives it up to Reneau underneath, and the reverse goes. A couple of early threes already for Florida Gulf Coast. Miller driving and snuck it up and in.
Opened up his feet and just opened the lane line there for the drive for Franco Miller.
Galloway, that's a three from downtown.
He was known for some of the things on the floor, the temper for sure, but a generous person as well. And it's just something where he will forever be in the lore of Mbako. He comes off that pin down with his size. It's going to be a really tough shot to block.
Now defending Anderson, and there is Kel'el Ware again, his second block in the first 6 minutes of the game. So a little bit short is IU on the bench. Xavier Johnson pushing the pace. Steps it through and cradles it to the basket for two. Had to have surgery. Decided, even though he was healthy at the end of last season, Robbie, to just shut it down and save his extra year of minutes. 4 to shoot. Cups, the freshman, was fouled, and now Indiana in the bonus the rest of the way.
Play going nowhere, but you foul Gabe Cups going away from the
Irish
spirit. His work ethic is like legendary. When you throw in the LeBron James aspect and not giving him any airtime.
Underneath, rejected. And set back again, but that time a foul against Anthony Walker.
Yeah, they're still figuring things out, and I think it's on both ends, but for what we saw in shoot-around, it was
a highly recruited 4-star out of the state of Pennsylvania. And Dalen Johnson knocks down a triple.
That's not going to make Mike Woodson happy. On the Indiana bench, multiple assistants jumping up because they walked through that play. That just was not guarded correctly on that screen for the screener action.
C.J. Gunn rattles out a pull-up. Stolen back by Ware. Lots of contact and a late whistle comes in.
It's unique in that aspect, but I think the motor is something that's going to have to kind of get that fire and pull it out of him. That's that versatility by Anthony Walker, being able to switch that screen and then lock down on Franco Miller.
Galloway rejected, but there was a foul there on Andre Weir. And that is his second, and now the foul is starting to pile up. In a leadership role, something that he's not used to at this level.
Well, especially
this is a place that has won in the past.
Yep.
In their brief history, they have made 3 NCAA tournaments, and there is Barno putting it back in. 3 to shoot. Anderson, well defended, and a nice rebound by Ware. Had it swatted, and he was fouled. By Jackie Robinson,
yeah, that's
who at the
cool.
same
Billy Garrett there, coach a game in Assembly Hall last, just has not generated many good or easy looks.
Miller, scoop pass, lots of contact, and there's a foul. You could. And just the team's second non-conference games.
Rutgers going down to Princeton.
Mid-major teams hang around early the way Indiana is here tonight.
Well, James Madison's a team that's picked to win their league, and Florida Gulf Coast is a team that's picked in the top 4 to finish in their conference. So right now for Indiana, it's just individual.
What's the key tonight? He said rebounding. Through 7.
No, he is massive. He is massive.
Beyond the arc.
They were not a team that depended on the free throw line or the 2-point shot. They were going for broke from 3.
Goodness. Sent into the third row of the seats by Kel'el Ware, his 3rd block of the half. Johnson. Reneau. The left hand draws a foul in the shooting motion. And Indiana back to the foul line.
To the amount of teaching that was going on. There's a lot to talk about, and that's for sure.
Johnson trying to get going. His first game back since December of 2022. Off balance. How about that? Maybe providing a spark. The first field goal in 7 minutes for IU.
Him to do some scoring.
Last year in 11 games, averaged nearly 5 assists per contest. That led the team. Johnson, his 2nd triple, and the Penn State transfer having a nice first half for Florida Gulf Coast.
Crossover dribble, letting it go, and we've seen him do that multiple times here tonight at Assembly Hall.
I beg your pardon, that's his 3rd 3, and the first made field goal in 3 minutes for Florida Gulf Coast as Barno takes it to the rack and rejected.
Well, that's a goal thing.
And indeed it is.
Hit the glass. It's a great effort by Xavier Johnson, but off to the races. It's quite the athletic play, but there's the glass, and Baco's lucky, though. You're not trying to give up open looks to Chase Johnston. It's the way he shoots the ball.
Still a 3 and a 7-footer from downtown. Tough time by Dowie and Johnson to get the ball in. He finally does to Ramir Barno.
Wow, look at that speed. He is blazing down the floor.
Open man knocks it down.
There's no doubt Indiana has had some quality defensive possessions. Certainly some miscues as well, but this is the end of the floor. Is gone. The question becomes, how do you...
Both now in the NBA.
Right. That helps.
Still just a 1-point game here. Barno over the top of Ware. No. Kelman the rebound. And he will get the putback.
The offensive glass again. Ware coming over and just nobody cracking down on Kelman. Now their 8th offensive board.
And another foul on this Florida Gulf Coast team defensively. Anthony Walker to the foul line. Florida Gulf Coast. And Trey Galloway.
There you go, keeping that to the left. I like the short roll, though. And Kel'el Ware just going and make a play. Plant foot being, you've got to be in there. 17 is not getting it done.
Running the point, the freshman from Philadelphia. Less than 10 to shoot. Anderson at 3. Ware trying to corral. Finally Cups does. 2 seconds. Cups from half court. And Indiana takes a 2-point lead into the halftime locker room in spite of a 7-minute drought without a field goal at one point in this first half.
You've got some options, but this is clearly a team that's still trying to put the pieces together and find out what they are on the offensive end of the floor.
And find out who the offense is going to flow through.
Yeah.
Who's going to take the shots, whether it's in the half court or in transition if you're not getting to the basket.
No doubt. And I'm sure the rebounding was talked about. This is a good start in forcing a turnover. That's just as simple as a little bit of effort, a little bit of ball pressure, and Xavier Johnson being a pest.
At one point in the first half, Indiana went 7 minutes plus without a field goal, but they lived at the foul line.
They had a 3-minute stretch, too. So you had 10 minutes of play without a field goal.
Took 18 attempts at the free throw line, and they immediately go to Malik Reneau, the sophomore who played in all 35 games a season ago. Coast hit 5 threes in the first half. That was their saving grace to stay in this game. And right on cue, Chase Johnston lets it fly. The kick out. And a deep 2 from Mbako.
Ware He can be a facilitator. Finds Mbako with his foot on the line.
Kelman, hop step and a nice move with the left hand over Ware. Pat Chambers told us they just got lucky because of the Ivy League rule that once you've been out of place for 4 years, you have to leave, even if you've got more eligibility.
COVID, that's just been a breeding ground.
By Trey Galloway. That'll be a fun matchup to watch in the second half. And a block by Mbako, 4 seconds. And Anderson makes good on the second opportunity. Trying to get it into Reneau. Saves it. To Ware with 5. And a cut by Galloway. Up and under.
Cut and finally an easy bucket for Indiana.
To go along with 3 blocks in the first half.
He is. Do that by playing well in college basketball games.
Nice rebound by Ware. He's 1 away from 10. Now Xavier Johnson, the 6th-year returner, running the point. Reneau on skates and a nifty move off the window with the spin. 83, and our thoughts and prayers with the Knight family. 5 on the timer here. And Anderson knocks down a 3. Man, he has been terrific tonight. 10 points, 2 made threes.
For him last year. That's not a screening action. It's just you're not close enough and in the vicinity to contest.
That's the shot that you want. Anderson up and under, the kick out. Barno, bounce pass. Corner 3 goes down, and it's Anderson again. Back-to-back triples, and we're tied at 40.
That foul. CJ got plenty of contact on the rebound.
Nice floater from Galloway.
That's the Trey Galloway. 6 players did in that first half.
Barno finds his man Johnson. Down 3. Special from Cyrus Largy.
It's a possession. That would be one of the better ones that didn't go for a score. Why is Reneau so far off Dalian Johnson? I just don't understand why they're leaving these shooters and they're so far away.
The Atlantic Sun, they're picked just a little bit behind Eastern Kentucky this year in the preseason polls. Reneau, all kinds of contact, spinning, +1. Indiana go-to if it got tight down the stretch. Reneau and cups.
He's in the danger zone over there. That's a great trap by Ware.
One-point game.
Defense is feeding off the crowd right now, and there's just nothing going on for Florida Gulf Coast.
Charge drawn by Xavier Johnson. Indiana basketball.
This year, because of the new rule, there's the plant. Xavier Johnson is set. That's a good call by the official.
Reneau almost had it poked away. And set back by Kelman. And the floater goes down. It's Trey Galloway for 2.
It's just a heads-up play. It's Trey Galloway being around the basketball. And even off the block shot, he finds the rock and makes something happen.
7-0 Indiana run.
You can just feel this is a different type of intensity that the Hoosiers are going with on the defensive side right now.
Kelman a 3.
That's not the shot they want. He didn't even attempt a 3 at Princeton.
Johnson a 3. 10-0 Indiana run. And a timeout taken by Pat Chambers.
We're at 5, and finally they get a look. With another solid defensive possession for him.
The freshman with the basketball. Down to Ware.
Nice patient double here over the last 4 minutes.
Down to Reneau. And he draws a shooting foul. How Robbie Hummel prepares for these games. Big Ten Plus replays.
We're watching it today.
We were.
A little bit of the Marion game here.
Reneau with 15 points, ties a career high. That one picked away by Cups. Arnold regathers.
This is what Gabe Cups is out there to do, defend. And they've had a hard time keeping Barno out of the paint. And look who it is. Cups with the, well, steal. Had to wait and see. There's just been nothing to the painted area. The dribble contains so much better. And you know what? Those count if you have. It's on par with what they did last year. They're going to shoot a bunch of threes and not many free throws.
That one off the leg of Kelman. Great defense by Kel'el Ware, and the 12th turnover for Florida Gulf Coast. Cups a three. Rebound Ware. Second chance. And the big fella got hacked. Keyshawn Kelman, 15 fouls in the first half.
Unbelievable.
Franco Miller. What a rebound by Dalian Johnson. Shot altered, comes away with it. That's Xavier Johnson. And the no-look pass off the shoe.
Just dried up, you know, for Florida Gulf Coast. They have not been able to get what they were getting for the first part of the second half.
Cups knocks it in from downtown. His first three in an Indiana uniform. Gives IU its first double-digit lead of the game. Tap out at a fresh 20. Johnston answers with a three of his own. And that was much needed. Now Galloway sprinting down the floor and puts it in.
Galloway running the wing. Great job by Xavier Johnson of forcing the issue.
Right place, right time. Has embraced the crazy man moniker, both defensively and making the hustle plays. And making plays like that.
Making a big-time play.
Shot clock, 16 points tonight for Galloway. Three-ball goes down for Anderson and keeps Florida Gulf Coast within striking distance. Malik Reneau, the inbounder. Wanting some help. And it's stolen away. Dalian Johnson to Anderson. Knocks in a three.
Unbelievable. And that's just a play that you cannot make if you're Reneau. But for Zach Anderson, unbelievable steal.
Barno picks it away. Johnston. Off the mark. Reneau corrals. And now Indiana has to get it into the front court, and they are saved by a foul.
Wow. I mean, that was like some Reggie Miller, Madison Square Garden stuff right there. Shooting the ball if you're Florida Gulf Coast.
One foul to give for the Eagles. And they do give it. And it'll be Malik Reneau with a 1-and-1. He is 3 for 5 from the foul line tonight. To go. Rims out and a rebound by Anderson. Dalian Johnson gives it up. Kelman off the window and good.
But Kelman has found ways to score it over the top of Kel'el Ware.
8-0 run has made it a 2-point game. And there is a gap between shot and game clock. They will... That's clock. No timeouts for Florida Gulf Coast. Barno running the point. Chased around by Gabe Cups. Johnson's three, no, and an offensive foul against Florida Gulf Coast, drawn by none other than Xavier Johnson. And after all that, defended by Ware. Lots of time ticking down. Johnson shot off the mark, rebound Ware, and Indiana's going to come away with an opening night victory. Overwhelming amount of their production from last season offensively. I think it's... And right on cue, Ware knocks it down. A great night for Ware in his debut, his first career double-double at the collegiate level. He will be a special player this season for Indiana as the Hoosiers come away with an opening night victory 69-63. It wasn't easy, but the Hoosiers get it done.